the 10th, they're still in arrears because they didn't...
No.
didn't-
No,
Only after the 10th.
yes.
Okay.
Late charge kicks in.
And
on-
system does it automatically. It has no influence.
Kick charge, I think the system
We all
kicks
know
in.
that.
Somebody paid, let's say, on the 12th of the month, did not know that their check hadn't cleared in time, and had a late fee, which they didn't know about yet because it was next month's bill. That person is considered to be in arrears. Were those people counted?
If,
If they had one late payment? And
If they-
let's say they paid on the 12th. A late fee was generated. Their check had cleared by the date of the 15th,
they're,
the date of the petition, but they had that late bill, which they did not know about, and they might not have even known that their check cleared late. So, but they were considered to be in
the
arrears.
theory is there, but I,
See, with the-
Well,
Please, one at a time, Franco. You can't.
the theory,
Bob was-
your theory is
Is correct.
correct,
Okay.
okay? But they are still technically in arrears.
so that-
Right,
Yeah.
As I
Franco,
explained,
please, one at a time. Barbara, are you satisfied
Well,
with the answer?
yes,
Okay, thank you. Yes, Frank.
as I mentioned to you, there were a number of residents in the...
Actually, we're back on air. The sound is back. So,
I mentioned earlier there were a number of residents in the lobby of the office last week complaining that they had made their payments on time, but they were being marked as late, or the check was posted late when they paid by the 10th. So were those people also,
If
it's
they-
disputable, for
If
example.
they prove to us that they came in and said, here, Bob, my check was, cleared on the bank on the 9th, they were not in arrears.
may I ask you one question, Bob? To the best of your knowledge, and if you check this, do you have any knowledge of anybody challenging late charges or arrears as of a day of certification
No.
of this petition?
No.
No,
But-
you don't have
But
anybody.
there were
No, Franco, you're talking about this month. This particular date was October 15th. Or 14th, I'm sorry. So do you have any direct knowledge or
No.
indirect knowledge that anybody challenged, anybody could?
Nobody
Okay,
challenged.
thank you very much.
This is something that the people who handed in the petition could go over? Is that how it's done?
Franco, let me suggest the way, and I would urge this board to come up with the procedure in case if this board will accept this motion and what is this motion, and this motion is challenged, we have to come up with the way of giving this information to the people who will challenge. And one of the ways to do it is to ask our accounting firm or to ask an independent company, because we cannot reveal this information to Unitrans, because issues of arrears are confidential issues. So if we get the third party,
Certainly are not.
excuse me,
The names?
list of
or-
arrears?
How is
Yes, they
someone's
are.
name
No,
who's
they're not.
removed because it's arrears? How can they dispute it if they don't know they're the
No, in
ones who did?
general, a list of...
No.
arrears.
What I'm saying to you is that you cannot reveal, unfortunately, this rule has been violated. We
I
cannot
understand
reveal
that.
names. So what I'm suggesting for this board, to find an arbiter, to find Frankel, our auditor, an independent company who can certify findings of this particular. Some people not on owners of no record, I believe it could be shown, but arrears cannot, unfortunately.
That-
Yes.
May
That's
I have a
not
suggestion
true.
that the coalition is the one who presented the petition to the board. So the coalition has all of the names on the petition. The coalition could contact the signers and say, if you were late that month in October, and you feel that you weren't late, you can challenge it.
Judith, I believe, and I would insist after this motion carried or not, I would insist that this board produce a reasonable measure for people to challenge and not to send them on a wild goose chase because they have to spend another 65,000 years reaching. This is not the business of this board.
Coalition do the work.
The portion, I do not want to discuss this issue. I would like to continue your continued discussion of this particular issue, but I would urge this board to create a process under which people who submitted this petition, I don't know what coalition you're talking about, I know that this petition was surrendered by a particular individual, and he would have a right to submit this to the third party for verification. That's what I'm asking this board to do. But after,
Could I finish with a question?
yes, please.
I have some other questions about arrears, what was considered arrears. For example, let's say somebody is disputing an IUS charge. Was the disputed amount considered arrears?
If there was documentation saying, hey, I'm disputing this charge, to my best of my knowledge, I don't believe there was any.
There wasn't any. But in theory, would disputed charges be considered arrears?
If you signed the petition and you told me, and you found out you were in arrears, but you said that, you know, I'm not really in arrears because I'm signing that, yeah, if somebody acknowledged that, but nobody acknowledged any of that.
You mean if I came to you and I said, this
No, if you got your
that's
bill,
on
if you
my
got your
is
bill
not
and you
correct.
said, I said, Barbara, you were in arrears,
Right.
and you said, no, I'm not really because I'm disputing that charge.
Right.
That hasn't
Then it
happened.
would-
Thank
But
you.
that would not be considered
Thank you.
arrears.
Correct, if somebody did that.
All right. All right, thank you.
Please, yes, Frank.
I know Gail mentioned that, from what Mr. Kingman wrote, that you read from, that Mr. Bucklow and Mr. Kingman both say you can remove names from the petition.
Was not
Let
Buckles.
me go back
I
to
think that-
actually something else.
Have a safe drive.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
During the
Thank you.
August 15th, 07 closed session of the board, there was a discussion concerning withdrawal of a unit owner's name. I quote from the minutes of this date. Mr. Braitman questioned that if a unit owner signs the petition and says later that they were misled, can the signature be disqualified? Mr. Cravina replied that if a unit owner does so in writing, stating they didn't understand I had a change of heart, for instance, this signature can be removed, this request must be made in writing. I didn't bring it down, and
What?
I discussed where they're given to the
No,
attorney.
but they're
I
minutes.
have original documents requesting withdrawals. I have all of them.
Right, now the only reason I'm asking this question is because these are both board attorneys, so there might be a different point of view from,
Right, and they both
Right.
agree. They all
no,
agree.
it's a different point of view from the coalition who submitted the
It doesn't
petition.
matter about the
I
others.
understand, I just wanna
If
make
the
that
point of view of
point.
the coalition
I just wanna make
was to
that point.
succeed, of course
Oh,
their
I do
opinion
have
would
Do we
be
have a
another
different.
letter?
question
Gail, let me
about
ask you a
arrears,
question.
and perhaps you
You
can
keep
answer
bringing
this,
the
Gail.
name, Barbara, I'm sorry, you
Sorry.
keep bringing the name. Do you have a letter which accompany this petition?
Well, I'm not the one that keeps bringing them in the
But
coalition.
I understand, but
Judith and-
you
Well,
keep bringing,
Yes.
I do not know.
I
honestly
read a
Yes,
couple letter.
yes, yes.
What was the letter, so who signed the letter?
Thomas Wiggins.
Okay, so why don't we refer to Mr. Wiggins as the petitioner right now? Because I personally have no
I'm
knowledge
not bringing them.
of any entity by the name of coalition. So let's,
Well,
for the record,
that
let's
was
for the
like-
record.
I think that was submitted under the coalition, under the
But
name.
okay, I didn't see this
It was
letter.
a document
That's
that
the letter?
accompanied the big folder with the
signed it.
petition.
That's the letter that I
I have
read.
12 copies. I have the letter from the coalition.
Coalition or the
I-
task?
From the coalition,
Bob has
signed
it
by
too.
Thomas
If you want me
Wiggins.
running before he leaves,
It's
I'll
in,
get a
it's in,
copy.
it's in the
that's
minutes.
fine, that's fine.
It's in the minutes.
In any case, the coalition, Tom Wiggins, whoever, you know, these are the people who have submitted the petition. They will take whatever action they consider to be appropriate, and I
Sure.
quite frankly don't think that the board is gonna have much say in designing a plan, because if they are gonna take some action, then they're gonna present
Fine.
their action to the board,
That's
or
okay.
whatever.
But I only
We'll
thought
go
it
like
would be
that.
proper to give them an avenue to verify if they challenge the validity of the numbers provided by the secretary of this board and by the controller. They do not trust the numbers. There is an avenue to take one extra step and go to the third party.
Well,
And this
I
would
think
be,
the
it
first-
would be
The
only-
first line of evidence is to see the actual documentation.
Mhm.
And I'm sure that if the coalition intends to pursue this further, that they will.
That's
they
okay.
Of
will
course,
do
of
that.
course.
Are they gonna be
Barbara.
given a
Thomas
a
should-
copy? Excuse me.
Should write us a letter.
Excuse me.
Well, that's
Is-
not.
Are they gonna be given a copy of this certification of this petition, whatever you came up with?
Well, I will be doing a letter that will go out probably on Monday to the homeowners,
Right, but
which is a little bit
What
more
about to the
detailed.
I'm
coalition?
talking about Thomas Wiggins, the coalition,
No.
whoever handed in the
No,
petition.
no,
No.
to homeowners.
As far as the
Who is the
numbers.
coalition?
Excuse me, point of order.
Come on, Vinnie.
Please.
As far
I
as,
can send them a letter as a response.
I'm
That might
just,
be a good
can I
idea.
finish? I can answer my question?
Yes, you may.
No, you cannot speak directly to Gail. Talk to me, address me, please.
I'm
We
always
know the
talking
rules.
to you, of course.
But
I
please.
just better look again.
Thank you.